if you have some super mid first dates, then I got something that's gonna help you, all right? The date style that I'm gonna talk about in this video is gonna be basically the worst first date you can possibly do, and you just wanna avoid it at all costs, okay? No matter what. I used to run this date all the time. I actually just got done with one of these kinds of dates, and it just doesn't end up going well for me ever, even though it's the most normal, the most common date, especially during the day. So I'm gonna talk about it in this video. The date that I'm talking about in question is the coffee date, okay? The coffee date is dog shit, man. It's fucking terrible. In this video, I'm gonna talk about why coffee dates are so bad. I'm gonna talk about how you can make better dates, especially daytime dates. But then also, I'm gonna talk about the mindset that really got me thinking about why coffee dates are so bad and why you should never do coffee for a first date. And this might be a little controversial, but I'll get to it at the end of the video. All right, so what is the point of a first date? The point of the first date is to feel out the vibe and see if you guys like each other. It's also to establish yourself as a super funny or fun, charismatic guy that can have an adventure and make the girl feel a lot of emotions, okay? And so if that is your purpose on the date, then what the fuck are you doing going on a coffee date? Because let's talk about the context of the coffee date, and hopefully you'll understand by the end of my explanation why it's such a bad idea. When you're on a coffee date, what is the context that you normally get coffee with someone? Like a business meeting, talking about logical things, collaborating, talking about maybe catching up with an old friend and talking about logical exchanges of information. What are the other people around you doing in this context? They're also talking about logical things in the interaction. They're like catching up, they're working, especially if you go during the day in the morning. That's just what it is, man. That's the whole context. When you're on this date, you're literally in the context of, okay, we're at a place where you logically exchange information. That is the worst vibe to put yourself in on a date ever. Okay, you never want to put yourself in that vibe. And that's exactly what you're doing when you agree and go on a coffee date. Plus, if you're the guy, you're probably choosing the coffee date. So it's like doubly bad. I just got done with a coffee date. It wasn't like a bad date. The girl was cool. We had like a decent time, but I think it was really held back by the fact that it was like a coffee date and it was kind of dog shit in that way. You can tell I'm like passionate about it. I'm kind of mad because it's like, fuck, man, that could have been a cool experience. I just wasted my fucking time. What the fuck am I doing? You put yourself in this really bad context already. And it's like, dude, why would I do that? Such a stupid idea. And when you start thinking about times in your life where you've done shit like this, where you've done stuff that sets you up for failure, you're like, what the fuck was I even doing? Why was I doing that? That was so dumb. And I did that with coffee dates. That's what you're doing as well. Instead of coffee dates, let's do something that is fun, that has a different fucking vibe, man. That has a vibe of, oh, anything could happen. It's something I want to do anyway. That is why coffee dates are dog shit. Coffee dates are terrible because the context is terrible. And to prove the context is terrible, I'm just gonna walk through my morning so far. This morning, what did I do? I got in a really socially lubricated state. I did some calls, talked to some friends at the gym. I showed up, I was super loose. I talked to a really cute blonde girl in the coffee shop while I was waiting to meet the girl that was showing up because I got there a little early. And the only thing that maybe went a little rough was I could have closed the girl I talked to and gotten her number, but I didn't because I was like, oh, I don't wanna be that guy. Should have totally just done it, but that's the only mistake I made. As soon as I sit down, I'm super loose, super relaxed. Everyone's like super, very engaged with me that I talk to. Super socially lubricated. As soon as I sit down, we hug. It's a decent vibe at first. Boom. I'm hit with the fucking coffee logic. Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, yeah. Tell me about your family. Tell me about, oh, what about you? What do you, it's like, fuck, man. There's nothing you can do to fight the context. What do we do instead? Well, I was thinking about this. So I'm gonna talk about some alternative date ideas for during the day. And I'm also gonna talk about the mindset that you should have when you're picking a first date. But here, let me see if I can ask a question. Hey, excuse me, I'm making a video. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, so hello, what's your name?
Hi, Brooke.
Brooke, okay. So what's the worst first date? Like the worst idea? Not like a story of like a specific one, but like the worst idea for a first date.
I don't really like dinner for a first date.
Dinner?
Yeah.
Also bad. What about during the day? Is there like a bad?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an answer. I'm making a video. I do
cool.
like dating advice content for guys, and I'm making a video. I just went on a coffee date that was so boring, and I realized that it wasn't the vibe between me and the person. It was like, I think the context of coffee dates just sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm making a video about how like you just shouldn't go on coffee dates.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel the same way about dinner.
Yeah. No, it's too stuffy. It's not good.
Yeah.
Cool. I like the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Where'd you get that?
Colorado.
Golden,
Colorado.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You give off. Yeah, your outfit's very Colorado-y.
I'm about to move to Colorado.
Yep, you belong there, I think. Get the fuck out of the South. What are you doing?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Cool, it was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'll probably see you. You'll see me walking around.
Oh, okay,
filming
yeah.
and stuff.
I'll
but
see you on the next lap.
I'm just doing laps. All right.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Cool. So dinner, also bad, but obviously dinner's not during the day. So here's a few things that I like to do. Dates that you can do instead of coffee, because obviously I'm talking shit about coffee. So what do you do instead? Well, here are a few things I would like to do. I know that I don't actually like dinner dates for a first date. But what I do like is, I'm not sure, I haven't tested this enough, but I think I like lunch. There's a reason for that. It's a smaller meal. It's usually not as big of a deal. It's usually cheaper. And if you want, you can get like a cheeky little cocktail in the afternoon. If you go to a nice place, not like a nice place, but like a cool kind of trendy spot, usually there's like maybe like a happy hour thing around like 3. So you could do like happy hour drinks, or you could do like oh my God, a little cocktail at fucking noon, dude. That sounds crazy. Anything that throws off the context of what people expect in like a normal date. Basically throw off the entire vibe, the entire interaction, throw it off. And by the way, talking to people is really good. Shout out to my boy Daniel Nicoletti, dude. Holy shit, man. Just talking to people on the vlog, it's a really good idea. I'm already looser. Like I felt really tight after that date, and even sending my voice notes, I was weird. After interviewing her, you probably sensed that I was maybe a little tense, but then I relaxed. I was able to crack some jokes. I feel way better now and a lot more like normal, basically. But anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. I like lunch because you can get a little cocktail, a little bit of a little treat. Ideally, it's somewhere you can sit next to her. Or you can just go for a walk in the park, grab some ice cream, or pro tip, you can do a little picnic and just bring a couple sandwiches. You can just go to the store, pick up some sandwiches, bring that, and have a blanket in your car at all times, and just always be prepared to do that. And you can even do that at the same park every single time and run the same date. I do actually recommend like running the same date over and over. Pick a really good context. That's what I really like. I really enjoy first dates that are not coffee, okay? Coffee dates are fucking dog shit. Now, what's the mindset? Because you might be like, Tim, I want to pick a date spot. I want to pick a date idea that's better than that. I feel like that's, it's kind of boring to do lunch, or maybe I don't have access to a place that has like cocktails, or maybe I'm not 21. What's the mindset? How can I pick a better date spot, a better vibe for my date without using one of the examples? So maybe you don't want to do that. Here's the mindset. The mindset is, hey, girl that I'm talking to, I'm different than all the motherfucking dudes you've been on dates with before. And I will do whatever the fuck I want to do. And you should come along because I'm going to have an adventure. This date's going to be awesome either way. When you do the like standard coffee date, what you're projecting is, hey, I'm not creative. I'm just the average dude. Nothing special about me. But when you do something different that maybe you don't normally do, or that most people don't normally do during their day, it tells the girl, hey, I'm adventurous. I do random shit. I'll do off the wall fucking weird shit. Go for a hike with her. Go on a walk. Go explore somewhere that you can like climb something. Show your adventurous side. Do a little activity. Like go do like mini golf at noon, dude. No one's doing that stuff. Like no one's going mini golfing with a girl at noon. No one's going to lunch spot that has the patio outside where you can play like cornhole, or you can play darts or whatever. No one's doing that during the day. Make it an adventure. Make it fun. And when you can do that, you actually make it a super fucking good time for everyone involved. Your vibe's gonna be better, her vibe's gonna be better, and you're not stuck in the terrible context of coffee for a first date. So I don't know about you, but I am done with coffee dates. No more of that shit. Fuck that shit. I think I have one scheduled this week, and I'm just gonna make it something else, I think. Hey, excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you a question for a video? Okay, what's your name?
Tracy.
Tracy. Okay, we are... The difference is crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
I'll dip down. Okay. So I make dating advice content for guys.
Okay.
And I'm making a video on like how I hate coffee dates during the day, because there's like the context of it is so boring. You're just doing business meeting basically, and it kind of sucks. What's like your least favorite date idea?
I guess just a drink is kind of boring, but like I get it, but like something more inventive than that is kind of...
What's the most creative first date a guy's taking you on?
Like a show. Like I went to a concert, a really cool one. We kind of got to go backstage and upstairs in the VIP spaces, so that was really cool. But something unique, like an opportunity, like, hey, you want to check out this really cool thing with me? I'm like, yeah. And it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. Enjoy your walk.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, like she said, make it an experience. That's really the most important thing. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Peace.